Today, Trump's new coin just launched, the WLFI WLFI token. I have been very bullish on this and I remain bullish. And today I want to give you my entire trade plan at this moment, what the current price is, what I see the price going to, how you can buy it, the ecosystem stuff, some of the FUD around the supply that's actually very transparent, but people are apparently saying, oh, you have released too much supply, so now the coin can't pump as much. So we'll go into all of that. Is there anything shady going on, or is it all transparent on chain? Yeah, and I will give updates on my current portfolio on this coin as well. Okay, so if you guys are new here to the channel, welcome. Make sure to leave your comments and your questions in the chat, and we will do a quick Q&A at the very end. And without further ado, let's get right into it. Let me bring up my older videos on this as well, so for reference. Okay, here we go. So I've been covering World Liberty for the past 3 months or so, and let me just put this out there. I have looked everywhere over the last 3 months to try and get any kind of exposure to this, whether that's pre-market, you know, some sort of private sale, people selling OTC, you know, whatever. There is nothing that exists out there until about 1 week ago when they opened the pre-market. So I don't care if you want to buy this or sell it. And if you completely disagree with me, you think this should go down, go ahead and short the coin. I could not care less. This is something I've been wanting to buy, but couldn't for 3 months already. And even about 2 months ago, the price was already at these ranges, about 20 cents in pre-market. And when it was in pre-market, the risks were a lot higher because you didn't know if you could actually get your tokens, and you didn't know when the launch time will be. And between the pre-market to the spot listing time, there's also a lot of things that could happen. All of that has been de-risked now. And currently the price is at 25 cents. So this, to me, I'm very happy to see this. I am buying a lot. And if you guys are in my Telegram for trading, I've been showing all my entries into this. I've been just buying nonstop over the past week. So you don't have to agree. Again, I see this going to at least $1. This is the same target I have had for 3 months now, and on video, and about 6 months since I've realized the potential of this project. So that's why I don't really care about what the past 3 hours of chart looks like, or what people are saying. I mean, this is Trump's official coin, and 6 billion market cap, 25 billion FTV, pretty fair and pretty low in my opinion. Okay, so we'll leave the target stuff towards the end. So just putting it out there, this is why I'm making so many videos about this. I'm just genuinely excited about this project. Now, if you guys are interested in the details of what this is, you should just go ahead and watch my older videos. The first one is back here. And even before that, I have made, for example, in this video, we covered some of the ecosystem projects such as Blockstreet. That is the main USD1 launchpad for EVM chains. We also covered basically this live stream right here and throughout all these periods. So all the backgrounds there can be found. Now today I just want to cover exactly what happened this week and the launch and how you can trade it, what people are saying, what the numbers look like currently. So you can trade WLFI on basically every single exchange. Binance, OKX, Bybit, Coinbase, Upbit, you know, KuCoin, wherever. On decentralized exchanges as well. It's on Uniswap, it's on Pancake, it's on Solana, so Radium, Jupiter, etc. It's not on Base, but that's the only place that people tend to trade that doesn't have it yet. But they should be able to bridge it over pretty soon because it's already on Coinbase. So yeah, since you have Coinbase already, you don't really need Base chain as much. But yeah, so anywhere you trade, you can find this coin. Now, some of the immediate stuff that people have been saying that caused a bit of sell-off today. I say sell-off, but it's from like 30 cents to 25 cents. From last night, 30 cents to now 25 cents. But some people are mad, especially the early ICO participants, because of this. So earlier this morning, they released the official tokenomics, the circulating supply for World Liberty. This is on their official Medium, their blog. So here's the breakdown. At current time, the circulating supply is about 25% of the supply. So 24.6% or 24.6 billion tokens. This is a lot higher than some of the ICO participants wanted because, wait, why is this? Oh, stop. Okay, let me close that. So because the lower the amount of tokens that's circulating, the less buying pressure is needed in order to push price up. So people are saying, oh, like, look, if we had 3 to 5 billion tokens circulating, we can push the market cap up to like 100 billion very easily, right? So this is something that, a lot of people are saying that is supposedly bullish, but there's a double-edged sword, right? If you have a very small amount of supply circulating, of course, the opening price can be very high, like in the case of infamously ICP. But then you best be guaranteed that you sell right away and then price goes down only as more and more people get their tokens unlocked. And in this case, because the public sale investors only have 20% of their tokens unlocked at launch, it's pretty much all aligned. So either you have the 20% being sold at a very high valuation if they launch at extremely overinflated valuation, and then your rest of your investment, the 80%, being unlocked maybe 3 to 6 months down the line and price is already down 80%. Or you sell 20% at current, which is pretty fair. Honestly, it's still quite low. And then the rest of the 80% doesn't dump as much. So I don't think anyone's really hoping for this to be super highly inflated and then go down only. I don't know why this is all of a sudden bearish. Even for ICO participants, I don't know why you would wish for something like that. Yes, you get more upfront, but the rest of the 80% of it just is worth a lot less. So yeah, I don't really get that FUD. And so that's why I don't see this as bad. The other point being made here is this. So these two portions has always been pretty much expected. So about 4% of the supply is unlocked from the public sale investors. This has always been public. And 2.8% is for liquidity and for exchanges for marketing. This is not that much. For such a big project, you need hundreds of millions of dollars in liquidity across all the exchanges because it's trading everywhere. This is not that much at all, 2.8%. The rest of these two, people are freaking out about. Apparently, you're supposed to fully lock these. Now, these are not being sold off. Okay, even though they say that it's unlocked ecosystem portion for World Liberty Financial and the public treasury company that they have, both of these are completely transparent on chain. It's actually very simple to track these, and the fact that they left the trails of these very clear tells me that they just want it to be fully transparent. So here's what it looks like on chain. Two places I recommend you guys to check out. CoinGecko has a list of all of the treasury addresses, the token amounts that are fully locked and cannot be moved on this list. So these are all Etherscan holder links. of large amounts. So how they calculate the circulating supply is taking the total supply and subtracting the locked amounts. So that comes out to this. This isn't even fully accurate because on CoinMarketCap, it's even less at 24.7%. So on-chain, the two supposedly unlocked addresses, portions, 10 million for World Liberty Financial Inc. for Ecosystem and 7.783 billion for their public treasury company, is right here. So this is the Etherscan for the token. And you see two numbers. This one right here, 10 billion exactly. Remember this is the number 4 largest token holder. You look at the maps for it. The number 4 largest is this bubble right here. And you see where this is coming from. This is coming from one transaction only, directly from the World Liberty multisig. And then the multisig funds all of their treasury deals and all of their team portions, advisory portions, things that are large institutional investments or portions that are locked. And these all come from, I believe this is the minter. So you see right here, coming from the multisig, it goes out to this 10 billion, and then it went out to this one right here, 3583 and 4200. So these are important because look at the other bubbles. This one, 800 million, is going out to number 14th largest holder, and this is the Aqua One Fund. This address right here. If you click into it, you'll see aqua1.eth. So this is the public investment fund from UAE that we have already covered, where they invested at a 12.5 billion valuation, I believe. And because this is all linked to their ENS and they don't do anything with this, they're not going to sell. If they start selling from this address, it would look so bad for them. So this is all going directly out in one transaction and completely tracked. The fact that they do it this way. And then look at these three. So these three are very interesting. This one, I'm pretty sure this is the ecosystem portion that is not smart contract locked, because when you look at this address and you try to find it on CoinGecko's list, it's not on this list. Okay, there's no 10 billion whole number here, and nothing adds up to 10 billion exactly. So the fact that they do it this way, you can just start tracking this wallet directly. I'm pretty sure they'll start to label these and show that this address going out to these points programs, which we know there's a points program for all the exchanges. They most likely will be getting WLFI rewards for using USD1 stablecoin. This likely will be rewards for the WLFI app as well. Don't quote me on it. I'm just guessing. So you see how clean this one wallet is, directly going from the multisig. And then there are these two. So 4200 and 3583. These two numbers add up to exactly this, 7783. You can do the math yourself. So this tells me these two addresses, this one and this one, are basically the two transactions that make up for Alt Sigma Corporation, their treasury company. So anyone can track this. And the fact that it's also done transparently this way, if any of the coins start moving out of these two wallets, people will know. You will right away hear about it from Twitter. So back to the analysis of this, okay? The only two entities that make up for the 10.7%, 18% of the other supply that is supposedly unlocked is all traceable on chain. So highly unlikely for them to move these without making announcements. First of all, the treasury company is not supposed to be selling these coins. So the moment that these coins start leaving those wallets, people will raise a lot of questions. And I'm putting this out there on live stream as well. I'm watching these two addresses. And then if they start to move these 10 billion, it's better be going to the exchange as a points program. They need to show exactly what they're doing with these. But until that happens, there's really nothing to be worried about here. These are not going into circulation. The main supply that's going actually trading right now are public sale investors who are getting 20% and liquidity and centralized exchanges for just trading on just like any other coin. So I don't see what the big problem is. So basically the supply that's tradable right now is about 6.88%. Not bad. Even for those like moon boys that really wishes for a low supply, 6.88% is tiny. So still, you can look at one of the team members and their interpretation of this as well. So Dylan, who works on WLFI wallet, I believe, he basically says the same thing. About 8% allocated to the public company. This is locked. 10% is reserved for future incentive programs, aka the points program, etc. on exchanges. This is also locked. There will be details to be announced later. If they don't announce this and they just start randomly moving it, a lot of questions will be raised. You can wait till then. But so far, it's all completely transparent. None of the teams and investors are unlocked. And then you just have these two, 5% allocated to public sale investors that's currently unlocked and 3% for liquidity. So yeah, that's the supply. I don't know why people are freaking out about this. In relation to the market cap, the current market cap will show as 6 billion. Yes, it won't show as whatever it's at if there's only 6% circulating. I don't see that as a big problem. So people just want this to be a crazy high market cap and then have a crazy high FDV that's 20x higher. I don't know if that's going to be healthy as people expect. So let's say if there was only 8%, 7% circulating supply. And then what at the current price, that would look like, what does that look like? Much lower. So 2 billion market cap and 24 billion FDV. Is that healthy? Then people will flood the other way. They will say, hey, look, this coin, even though there is only 2 billion market cap, look, there's already 25 billion FDV. People are going to dump on your head. You can't please everyone. And especially as it gets higher, once FDV, if it reaches 100 billion and then the market cap is still only at 7 billion, people are going to say, hey, look, like don't buy this because 93% of the supply is still going to come onto the market to be sold off. You can always spin it however you want. So this is pretty fair in terms of metrics that's shown to the public. 24% circulating, not bad at all. Okay, so with that being said, my target for this has been 100 billion FDV, about $1 for price, and that hasn't changed. I don't think I want to aim for 200 billion FDV or $2. I think that's pretty far of a stretch. $1, I think it's totally doable. So at current market cap, at this current circulation, if it reaches $1, that would make it a 24.6 billion market cap. So in terms of coin rankings, that will put it right at number 11th largest coin. Right around 11, you can even say that's top 10. This will be right in line with what Eric Trump has hinted about before. If you guys remember this tweet that people were going crazy about before, so Eric Trump did quote tweet this one time about 2 months ago, I want to say. So will WLFI reach the top 10 coin rankings on CoinMarketCap? Apparently, he tweeted yes. I think he deleted this after. I couldn't find this original tweet. But if WLFI reaches $1, that's at 100 billion FDV, 24.6 billion market cap, right between Cardano and Chainlink ranges. That's not that far-fetched at all. This is the official Trump family DeFi coin backed by US Treasuries, where the stablecoin has just so much upside potential in terms of the supply it can attract because it's directly done using US Treasury deals with other governments, with large entities, instead of doing small DeFi yield stuff like all other stablecoins. This is really tailored towards institutions, towards nations that want to buy up treasuries. So currently, WLFI is at 26 in terms of rankings, right between Uniswap and DAI and Big Ed Token, Polkadot. I mean, this is low. Look at this ranking is low right now. That's what I think. Okay, and there has also been some other types of FUD that people are already saying, comparing this to the Trump coin, which apparently was a big failure for some reason. I don't see it that way, to be honest. So let me just show you something that people like to say about this. Here. So this is the kinds of tweets that have been already circulating. If you don't believe that WLFI will end up like every other Trump token, you're dumb. So that's quoting the chart going to $70 and then back down to $8. Now, can this happen? Of course it can. For every other coin as well, of course it can. I'm fully expecting this to have a 80% dump over time, whether that's before the bull market ends or by the time that the bear market comes, all altcoins will go down 80%. So I don't think there's any question that eventually the coin will do this. But this is kind of misleading because the chart didn't start at $70 and then go down only. No. If you were here at the Trump launch, this is what happened. Over the first 3 days, it was up only. So I was here on the night of Trump launch, about that 1 billion to 2 billion mark in terms of FDV. And that was a clean 30x, even by the time that I wanted to ape. So peaking at 74 billion after. And this is the meme of the Trump family. This has actually no utility. Whereas the World Liberty Project has a lot more staying power. It has the real US Treasury demand behind it that they want to support in order to both benefit the stablecoin and benefit the US government debt problem. There has been much more real integrations and much more push from the Trump family altogether instead of just one tweet in total for this meme. And yeah, I think it's kind of weird to say that the Trump meme went down only when it did go to 70 billion from 2 billion. And also, you're comparing a meme to a utility coin. So I don't know. Okay, in terms of market cap potential for the Trump meme itself even reached 15 billion circulating market cap. about 3 days after launch. World Liberty right now is at 6 billion. So I think all the signs are pointing to like at least that $1 mark. This is why I keep coming back to this. I don't want to target like $2 or plus, but I think 1 is fair. So from my last live stream as well, people were saying, hey, look, like we should aim way higher because this is going to be like ICP style launch. Again, if that happened, great. But that will be an actual kind of disaster because the chart will not go up at all. This is much more healthy. It's launching at a fair spot and it will have its ups and downs. I think that's fair. That's much more sustainable. So look at the current sentiment on this. I don't think many people are bullish on this yet. Even the Bloomberg reportings have been pretty weird angle about this. Easier to pump, Trump-tied crypto token opens for trading. I mean, this is just pretty nuts, the way that they write this. I think this is pretty ridiculous. So in terms of the upcoming catalyst to look forward, there is still the 2 product lines, the WLFI retail app, the mobile app, and the lend and borrowing platform. These are not released yet. And Trump himself has not tweeted about this since November of last year. So I'm going to go back to the original way back. If I can find it. It should be like all the way down. Anyways, I can't even find it anymore. But Trump himself has not covered this since November of last year when they announced this project. I think it's worth trying to follow Trump's public schedule from now on. Inevitably, he's going to get asked the same question again, just like how he was asked about the Trump meme coin during one of the interviews. And he even said, hey, look, like the Trump meme, he doesn't know what the price is, but he did help launch it. And it was a big success. And wow, he was even like acting surprised. Hey, look, oh, wow, multiple billions of market cap. So, and that was just for the meme. He will have a lot more to say about this because he's bullish on stablecoins. He's bullish on bringing demand to US treasuries. There's a lot more he can say about this. So I'm looking forward to what he's actually going to say about this platform. Okay. And then let's go into some of the ecosystem stuff. There is a ecosystem tab category on CoinMarketCap now for WLFI. On here, I think the real ones that I'm interested in are the ones that exclusively serve WLFI. So you guys know I hold Blockstreet, which is the main EVM-based multi-chain launchpad for USD1 for World Liberty. And there is Dolomite. This is the lending and borrowing platform that is getting integrated into USD1. And there are 2 more that are directly incubated and born out of this ecosystem. So you have BlockRock, which is incubated by World Liberty and Aqua One Foundation, the UAE investment fund that invested the 100 million in the previous round. And you have Falcon Finance, which is another USDF stablecoin that is also based on World Liberty, based on USD1. These haven't launched yet. I'm following both of these in case they launch some sort of governance token. And then lastly, I covered this over the weekend on X. So Bonk Fund actually became the main launchpad for USD1 on Solana. So you have Blockstreet on the EVM side, you have Bonk Fund on the Solana side. So this is also cool. Bonk likely going to get bid if WLFI does make a run. Okay, so going back to my current outlook on World Liberty, I'm holding 7 figures of this coin, and I've been holding this since the pre-markets opened. I've been adding to the position. Let's see how it goes. Like, if I make a lot of money, great. If I lose money, I don't see this going down below that 20 cents to like 12.5 cents. So 20 cents is the price level that the treasury company got in at, Alt 5 Sigma, and 12.5 cents is the price point of Aquan Foundation's price. We covered this on the last live stream already. So the downside is there. I see this as maybe a 50% drawdown, sure. The upside potential is like 4x from here. So even worst case scenario, I'm willing to take that. And I'm putting this fully transparent out there. I don't know. Okay. My entry is, I have even bought as high as 40 cents. I bought more at 35 cents, 30 cents, 23 cents on the last live stream. And just today, I bought more at like 23 cents-ish. If you want to do spot, you can already do it since it's already trading live. If you want to do a bit more arbitrage strategy to be delta neutral, if you're not as bullish on it, you can also use bots. So I have a WLFI bot that you can find in the link in the description on Ponex. And the range on there I have set, and I covered on the last live stream. It's at 10 cents on the low range, which is all of the private sale investors got in at. And the upper range is at basically the highs that the pre-markets opened at and the pre-market peaked at since 2 days ago. So using this kind of strategy, we have already generated quite a bit of profit, even though price has been going sideways. So this is the WLFI swing bot. And you see here, out of our initial investment of 10K, we have made, first I exited here, 2.5K on live stream on the last live. And there was a $877 profit, so 8%. And then there was another, before that, a released profit of 5.5%, so that's 13%. And then I reinvested more into it. And now I have another 12.8% of grid profit. So even though the trend P&L or the actual price has gone down since our average entry, the grid profit is quite high. So overall, we've made how much? 8.7%, 5.3%, 14 plus 12.8, 26, 27% in arbitrage profit already. This is because this coin swings up and down a lot. Everyone wants to trade this. So as long as price trades within this range, it doesn't even need to do anything crazy. Even if it just goes sideways, as long as there's volatility, this is going to generate a lot of profits. So since we opened this bot over the last 7 days, the opening price is 20 cents. I added to this position more. So technically we are at about break even in terms of what the current price is and our average entry, but it generated 27% just on the side because it's always going up and down. So if you don't want to hold this as much, you can do this kind of arbitrage strategy using the Ponex bot, my WLFI swing bot with the same settings. And you don't even need to do much there because this bot will automatically sell as price goes up and only buy if price goes down. So it doesn't allocate right away and make you really exposed to this coin. It has a lot of stables on the side and it will always just keep selling as price goes up. So this is actually a more conservative strategy than just buying and holding like what I'm doing. Okay, that is it. Not much new, to be honest, for World Liberty, I just think it's cheap right now. And that's why I'm still holding my position. I've been adding, and I want to keep covering it because I want to look good. I want to be right. And if I turn out to be wrong, I'll look really bad because I already covered this 3 times with the same target. And then you guys can come on the live stream and laugh at me, and I'll probably be pretty sad because I'll be losing quite a bit of money as well. But that's the price I'll have to pay because the upside potential is there. If it actually goes towards my target, then I can be happy and come on the next live streams when it happens, and then I'll be happy. So let's see how it goes. I'm optimistic and my bags are packed. Most people on X, they don't like what this project, what the narrative is, etc. They think it's too forced. But all my videos so far on World Liberty has been outperforming every single other altcoin. It really performs like a very retail focused video topic. Like when I talk about XRP or when I talk about Doge, it's in those kind of caliber. It's not even like Ethereum or Solana types of numbers. It's very interesting. Whenever I put World Liberty, WLFI, Trump crypto in the title, in the thumbnail very clear, it gets a lot of views. People actually like watching these videos. So there's something to be said there. I rarely see these for coins that are popular on crypto Twitter. When you bring them to YouTube, nobody cares. When you talk about like Hyperliquid, nobody cares. When you talk about, the DeFi stuff, even like Solana, very few people care. If you talk about Sui, RWA, gaming, nobody gives a fuck. This coin, there are a lot of people who are searching for this and watching these videos. So if you guys are supporting that, great. I appreciate you. Keep doing your thing. Let's see how this goes. I think that's a pretty solid signal as well, that not a lot of crypto Twitter people are seeing unless you actually make these videos. Even the shorts are doing well for this. It's similar types of engagement with XRP content, which has just a huge cult-like army behind it. This is resembling of a cult that's forming. Okay, that's it. That's all of the time I have for today. So thank you guys for joining the live stream. 2 things you guys can check out, quick plugs. Check out the trading bots in the link in the description for the swing trade that you can take on World Liberty, taking advantage of the volatility if you don't want to hold this coin. And follow me on X at VirtualBacon0x. I don't know where my X is here. I don't know where it is. Follow me on X at VirtualBacon0x for quick alpha. I'll be covering a lot of WLFI ecosystem stuff. This is where my main focus is right now. And these will be a lot quicker information before these live stream videos. That is it. Thank you guys for joining, and I will see you on the next